Hi, my name is Maggie and I'm the co-founder of Pointz. We're all comfortable using Waze or Google Maps to get from point A to point B in our car. But when you're on a bike, scooter, or other small-wheeled micromobility vehicle, navigating to your destination is a bit more difficult. I first learned about this during my cross-country bike trip on my gap year. I would spend over an hour planning for the next day on which roads we would take. And even with all this planning, we would often run into local cyclists who would redirect us onto different roads that were either more scenic or had less car traffic and were safer. When I got to college, it was my first time living in a city, and I found that this was even more difficult to navigate on my bike in Providence. And I started talking to other local cyclists and asked them what their biggest concern was. And over 80% of them told me that it was safety. Most specifically, they were nervous about getting hit by a car. I also asked them what their thoughts were on current solutions. And they told me that they were frustrated because the current solutions they were using either weren't specific to micromobility vehicles and didn't provide the nuanced routing that they wanted, lacked a safety component, or they felt like they were routed on unsafe roads, and were not updated on a regular and timely basis. So the maps weren't accurate. And I thought that we could come up with a solution that would help solve some of these problems. And this is where Pointz comes in. Pointz is a mobile app that determines the best route from point A to point B using real-time car traffic data and local crowdsourced information from local riders around safety. We use this information to come up with a quieter path to people's destinations. You can think of us as Waze, but for bikes, scooters, and other micromobility vehicles. Like other mobile apps, we knew that we had to find a sustainable revenue model. Our plan is to use the crowdsourced safety information that we generate and sell it to cities to use for city planning and infrastructure planning. We also plan to use this data to sell to other mapping companies, micromobility operators, and delivery services that use bikes, scooters, and other vehicles that are smaller. We're excited to continue working on Pointz and have had a great time in B-Lab.
Hi, thanks for tuning in tonight. So since B-Lab ended, my co-founder Tricia and I have been interviewing some government officials and micromobility operators to see how we can pull in different stakeholders into the conversation of safe routing in cities. And I'd love to have you join my breakout room after the session, especially if you're interested in bikes, scooters, and anything else with small wheels or smart cities. Thank you.